Mr. Greg Brown.
Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna share the link real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, trying to
I sh-
do all the
I, sh-
sharing and stuff.
I shared it on my Instagram, so let's see how many people join. Give me a second.
Mr. Palmer.
How's it going?
Check everything real quick. What's going on? Greg tried to share it and it shut down the stream or something weird. It's weird. Well, the show's still there. Alright. Whatever. Mr. Josh.
What's going on, man?
How's the arms doing there, boss?
All right, fine. Left arm's a little wonky, but
Yeah. I didn't see all the matches. Did you end up losing that 3-0 or something?
yeah, we kept slipping. It felt pretty even until we'd slip, and then John had me figured out in the straps. I don't know what was going on there, but
Top of the morning, fellas.
What's up, Edo?
Morning.
Did you give John shit for not for dropping out? Just kidding.
What happened?
He ended up pulling Josh ended up pulling Isola or whatever how you say his last name in a super match this weekend. He was actually in the tournament, but then decided to drop out.
and he knew it.
You lost 3-0, Josh.
Yeah, kind of embarrassing, but it's is what it is.
Well, he was rated higher than you. He was in the higher bracket at the time, so.
Like I said, I think it was closer than what it looked like. But, I mean, it just like I said. Once we got into the strap, he had something figured out. I couldn't get a purchase in the back of his hand.
Hey Corey, are you able to see the comments on the Facebook stream, or you got one? Oh, okay. How many views we got?
We're at 74 now.
All right,
We're
cool.
killing.
Yeah.
Insta Live went down for a bit, and I couldn't post to Insta Live, so I just have this on YouTube and Facebook right now.
I only told my people I'm gonna be here for like 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna dip. But I sent out the live stream to some of the Mexico people.
Nice.
And yeah, I told them that the Cristobal's the black horse, bro. He's the sleeper.
Yeah.
Coming all the way from Mexico.
Yeah, Cristobal is definitely a sleeper that people are not aware of. Yeah, there's a lot of those here.
How's his injury, Greg?
His injury, I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looked good against Leroy Walker.
Okay. Was I not supposed to say anything about that?
Hey, if he shows up at like 80% and he wins the whole thing, imagine.
Yeah, he was.
I want to
hard
talk
time.
about Edo.
we had a-
Go ahead.
Yeah, we had a super match at Miguel's, and I beat Cristobal. Then Miguel and him pulled. Then he had some elbow pops or something. Something was going on.
Was that this weekend?
No, it was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
he's
that,
waiting.
that bodes
he's
well
doing
for
good.
the seating, at least.
Oh, yeah,
Because
let
you
me
are
see.
seated higher. You are seated higher than Cristobal, so that does make sense.
So you and Cristobal would have to win 1, 2 matches to face each other?
They'd had 1, 2, 3, 4 matches each, and then they'd pull each other again. But Edo's got work ahead of him to get to that point, at least.
I want to talk about Edo rowing 200 pounds. Holy crap, bro.
It's with straps. It doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
it.
started a craze there.
Hey, Corey, how did that match end with you and Trapper Sultan? I didn't.
Oh, the one in 2012?
Yeah.
We slipped one in a strap, and then I smashed him in a hook.
Wow. Yeah, I used to work out with that. I used to work out with that guy, bro.
That guy's arm is like a whole 8 inches longer than mine, which is it was really difficult to slow him down. But once I got him inside, I was able to beat him.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Uh,
How we
Jody.
feeling, Jody?
Feeling pretty good, gentlemen. How about yourself?
Fantastic. So, Jody, I have a super match next week in Utah against the guy who beat you, Jose Cervantes.
Yes.
Any tips?
He likes to go inside. He can be a little arrogant. And you know, these youngsters these days, once they beat somebody that's kind of known,
Yeah.
whatever, then they make this video. Guess who I beat? Yada 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 yada. Whatever. Yeah, he caught me off guard, and he likes to go inside real quick. So I think if you load up really hard, it'll bust that hand back.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets his cup, he's strong. But if you flatten that hand, you'd be surprised how normal people are when you flatten that wrist.
Absolutely.
So, Jody, I haven't had you on in a while. What have you been doing to prepare for Scott Dodd Jr.?
Well, let's see here. Not that I've seen any kind of videos from Scott, but I just been doing a lot of lifting, like body workouts, training on the table here and there. I don't want to train too hard on the table because then I'm still dealing with arthritis and stuff in this bone spur in my right. So I want to kind of keep that as fresh as possible. But I still get my workout in here and there, you know.
Are you more worried about that match or the second one that comes after it?
Is that the winner of the Danny Gilliam match?
Yeah, I have it posted on. So it'd be the Danny and Isaac Russell.
I don't know too much about Isaac.
Yeah, everyone in this tournament will know about Isaac afterwards.
He's really good.
I can tell you right now, that kid is stupid strong, and he's probably walks around 215 at the most.
And where's he from?
He's out of Nebraska now. He was Colorado, but now he's Nebraska, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
moved
hey,
back.
I'm looking forward to the first 2 matches. I'm looking forward to. I can't look beyond that. I know. I had posted something in the group chat a while back, and the third match, if I make it that far, and if he makes it that far, who's the guy at East Coast? Trains with those guys from New Hampshire. Ben. Yeah, Ben. So,
Ben.
oh no, what I did was a Forum Friday type deal, and he had posted on there, "You'll know who I am pretty soon." I'm thinking, oh really? So I'm thinking, all right, let me look at the bracket and see where you're at. And I'm like, oh okay, so I'd have to win my first 2 matches, and so would he for us to meet. So I don't want to look too far, but I've been kind of looking at some of the guys in the first 2 matches in my bracket just to see what I'm looking at and what I'm dealing with. So.
Yeah. No, that's a high undertaking to say that you're going to come all the way through the first 3 matches. Lewis and Josh are in there.
Is it doable? Yes. Is it going to be easy? No.
Jody, have you pulled Lewis before?
No. We've always been in like opposite sides of the bracket. It's weird because we've been in Arizona State together. one year, Washington State, and we just never met on the table.
Wow.
So I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked most of the other guys last week. If looking at the other side, this is the other side of your bracket. If you were to make it to the final match to come across to the next side, which one of these guys do you want to pull?
Let's see here. I'm curious to see what. Now I need to know: is it Edo or Edo?
It's Edo.
Edo. Okay, I don't want to butcher your name. So I'm kind of curious because take a guy like Edo and look who he trains with. A lot of knowledge, training with some of the best. So he knows his thing on the table, right? And then I see all the workouts he puts up. He's really a threat. And to say he's a favorite, I say it does make a difference. But again, anybody who gets to the top 8, is going to really, go through a dogfight. There's going to be no easy matches either way. You know what I mean?
So you're hoping for Edo to be super tired when he comes across.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Anything can happen.
Yeah, Troy acts like he's not a favorite, but he's ranked high or rated high for a reason. So, I think a lot of people are looking over him, looking over Drew, especially Edo. Everyone thinks Edo's going to do really well.
So the order of the bracket reflects the person's rating, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
For all the people to okay, so
Whoever that is, turn down your background.
Is there gunshots outside?
There you go.
Daddy, mute your mic.
Is that Josh?
Somebody had a birthday party?
That might be
I
Josh.
don't
There you
know,
go.
something.
I turned you down, Josh.
Okay, so because for me, I know how good Edo is, and the fact that he's on my side of the bracket is crazy. Him, Jonathan Velasquez, Cristobal, I feel like maybe they're underrated or they just haven't been competing enough in that bracket. But
So Greg,
yeah.
Greg, just so you understand, the top 32 guys will meet in the finals to pull each other. You're in the bottom 32 guys, so they're technically not in your side of the bracket, even though it's left to right side. You're technically on the lower 32, so they're not really in yours. If you end up pulling one of them, it would be at the final 4.
Okay, yeah, I get it now. Okay, so the top 32 is split to an A and B side, and then the bottom 32 is split on an A and B side. Genius! You need to start running some cornhole tournaments, bro. Everyone's working the system in those fucking brackets. People sandbag so they can like manipulate where they end up on the list, because we would do a four round robin, and then you would they would take the top half and bottom half and match them up with partners, and it was all messed up. This is good shit, Corey.
Yeah, I see you right. If we look at the screen, the top 2 spots right there are people from the upper 32, and the bottom 2 spots here are from the lower 32, and then you would arm wrestle the guy from the top 32. So you got to make it all the way through till you pull someone that's higher rated than you are, essentially.
That's why they're color coded, right?
Yes, that is why they're color coded.
Shit, it's color coded. Where the fuck have I been?
Colors are hard.
Let me ask you this,
Let's
Corey,
go.
because you went ahead and in the group chat last night, you went ahead and put some interesting information aside from the, we're paying top 4 or whatever, or top 6, 7 now or something like that. But you
We're
also
gonna do
said
all place, yeah, first through 8.
if you place top 3, then what's this deal about going to Colorado, Wyoming? That it's a free entry. You want to explain that again?
Yeah, so I'll just start from the top. So Bob Brown was gracious enough to sponsor some money for the 2nd and 3rd place. So we will now have 3 sponsored athletes. First, 2nd, and 3rd will all be sponsored athletes. And then
Nice.
fourth place will get his money back at $100, and then the winners of 5th and 7th will get 50. Then I just announced that anyone who places top 3, if they end up coming to Colorado or Wyoming, I will give them free entry fees. So they'll just show up and arm wrestle for free.
Corey, do you have dates set out for those events?
Yeah, so Colorado State right now is marked September 7th. Sorry.
Hold on, let me write that down. All right, so we got Colorado, September.
Yeah, September 7th.
Okay.
And in Wyoming is looking like it's either going to be the end of July or first week of August. I haven't really picked a date yet, though.
July or August. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 other tournaments I'm trying to avoid in there. That there's the one that they do big in Kansas City area, the big strongest badge thing. I try to avoid theirs.
Right.
So I think that's like on the
Magoo!
20th or something.
Are you planning on having the big trophies again for Colorado? Because I was a bitch on the plane.
I heard that from a couple of people, so probably not.
How'd you
Yeah,
get
Serbian
through
Hammer.
security with all that?
Huh?
What's that?
How'd you get through security with that big trophy?
I had to dismantle mine, and
Really?
they still pulled me aside because of the metal rods, and I'm like, hey man, I just do this arm wrestling thing, it's just a trophy, and they're like, okay, you good? But Serbian Hammer, he carried his like a freaking Olympian. He was just carrying around the trophies, but he looks more of the part than I do.
Well, I've already heard enough shit for those. They were awesome trophies, but I definitely probably will not do those big ones again. Maybe something fancy metal or like a fully done up metal or something smaller. I don't know. But we were talking about doing Rams skulls last time, which I know would still be kind of hard to get on the plane. too.
Metals like this are really interesting to me. This, like kind of
Yeah.
elaborate more metals instead of just the circle ones.
Yeah, so that's kind of like
It's all about Edo. It's all about
Yeah.
Edo.
Well, if we're showing medals,
You-
well, hold on. We're doing that.
It'd be nice too. Some iced coffees at the tournament while we're at it.
I can work on that too. Everyone just gets a coffee.
Look at that. That's a cool medal too.
That is a cool medal. Yeah. All right.
What? Oh, my wife's yelling at me, telling me that I shouldn't do medals or awards like that either. So
The Vegas ones.
I guess
are cool
it's
too.
medals next year.
Anyone going to Vegas this
What
year?
kind of medals- Ooh, I like the poker chip one. I like that.
Yeah. And Jody, the neck thing looks like the floor, the patterns on the floor at the casino or the felt of a table. It's
Yeah.
badass. Yeah. So what's up, Jody? Maybe I'll
going
see
on,
you in the
man?
finals, baby. Let's go. I would love to lose. I would love to be eliminated by Jody Williams. That's sex appeal plus 10 right there.
Jesus.
Well, here's the thing. I've been watching all these videos. Speaking of which, where's John at? I know he's has the most videos posted in our group chat than anybody, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He's busy training.
So for everyone on the listening here, we have a group chat that we've been going back and forth for like the last 4 months now, and it gets a little ridiculous in there. All these guys are posting all their training videos and stuff, and I kind of challenged some guys last night to do a certain lift, and everyone went crazy. But yeah, Jody's talking about John Grosselak posting literally every day he's doing something, just some ridiculous lifts. I think he's trying to scare all you guys, but I don't know if it's working or not.
It's working
It's
for
not
me.
working.
It's working.
It just leaves me with more questions.
Well,
I'm
it's interesting.
easily intimidated.
It's interesting that he does that, but at the same time, is all that going to help him in a tournament where, hey man, once again, let's go back to the basics. If you stay on the A side throughout the whole thing, you're going to have 9 wins. If you lose your first match, you got to have 13. So is all that lifting and what he's doing going to pay off? Is it going to benefit him? That's what it comes down to.
I think you were
Yeah.
better off preparing for this with actual matches or ready goes or something like that, or endurance training.
Yeah, John unfortunately doesn't have the ability to pull with a lot of people a lot, so he overtrains all the time. So
Yes, for all the viewers watching, it's the biggest bracket in history. Is that correct, Mr. Flash?
The largest double elimination bracket in history. Yes.
Bro, that is epic. And so you being the smallest and that video you posted last night, you're like a 150, 160 guy. You do 8 classes. So you're somebody who's actually won that many matches, had that many matches. I mean, I've done 4 or 5 classes, but I lose real quick. So it's not like I have to win. It's not like I have to take down a bunch of opponents. You, with that experience, how much do you think endurance is going to play a factor in this?
Well, considering the tournament that you're talking about, I think I arm wrestled 38 times or something to win top 3 in every single class. But that's a little bit different than this, I guess, because they're different sized people and stuff. But endurance is definitely going to take a factor in this tournament, especially because now I've teamed you with your most like opponent. Basically, for the first 3 matches, you're going to have to arm wrestle someone just like yourself. So imagine pulling the hardest match you possibly have in your first 3 matches. It's not gonna be after the 3rd round. If there's anyone with an arm still, it'll be amazing. And then
Well,
you got
that's-
you got 6 more matches.
Well, it goes like this, guys. You have to strategically train for this because let's just say if there's like 12 guys, for example, and you're doing a round robin, that means you're pulling 11 times. So there's got to be strategy into this. With this, it's double elimination, two losses, and you get to be a spectator the rest of the day. But it doesn't benefit somebody, and I'm not trying to knock anybody that's in the chat or anybody that's in a group chat with all the videos and stuff, but all these heavy lifting and stuff, which is good in there and motivates people, but does it really benefit you to get in a grinder match round 1 and round 2 because you're going to be toast by the time round 3 comes around if you make it that far?
Yeah, exactly. I basically foresee after round 3 we're gonna really see who's got what it takes, because after round 3 we're gonna separate the people who have endurance versus the people who don't. I mean,
Do you think top rollers are favored for this style?
I don't think so. I think that the guy who can endurance hook most of the guys in the long run is going to win.
That's my move, baby. Let's go.
It's only because the first 3 matches are supposed to be your hardest 3 matches, and if your hand's burned out after the 3rd one, you got to rely on the power of your arm to last the next 6 matches.
Bro.
Hey Corey,
Go ahead,
did you do anything special to prepare for that that tournament that Greg was talking about, where you had all those matches?
I mean, back in the day, I didn't do anything out of the normal other than the crazy lifts that I've shown you guys in the chats and stuff. I've always been about over pressure on my arm all the time, so I'm used to people who are stronger than me trying to pull my arm across the table. So I don't think I over prepare or anything like that. I think that I'm just used to bigger, stronger human beings pulling against me all the time. So I wouldn't say that I purposely went out of the way, but I think most of you guys, knowing that you're pulling the same like-size person most of the time, you need to be more concerned with the fact of, if you're a top roller, I cannot let my hand get tired. I gotta make it through the first 4 or 5 rounds without my hand getting tired, and at any cost, fouls, everything else. And that's another big thing with this, is that with anything Aries, we always do 3 fouls. So people like Jody, he needs to sit there and realize that I can fire off at least 2 times. I need to attempt full starts. I need to smash all the way to the pad and hope I get that win every single time. And I know Jody likes to hit, so that should be a key factor in this. Is I got 3 fouls to give now, or 3 fouls to lose. So could change the mindset of different matches.
I'm bringing the thunder, just so you guys know. I'm bringing the thunder.
Hey, yeah, I feel like I go to practice and I lose to everybody at practice when everyone's fresh. But then
Huh.
after
Oh, I
about an
do.
hour, after about an hour, man, I just start taking people down one by one. They all get tired. I mean,
See that plays good for you. You just can't lose twice. You gotta win at least once.
there's the key. I just gotta win the first two, man. I gotta win the first two. Yeah, I'm a slow practice bowler. I use just surge all day in a hook. But that's so interesting. That's so I might have a shot if I can win the first two, I guess. Fuck, this is exciting.
Well, anyone has a shot. That's the best part about this whole thing is any one of you guys could come through and make it and win this thing. Simply if you just make it through to the finals. You got to make it to the top 4. Then all bets are off. You can literally say any one of those guys is going to win.
Now, there's no 2 out of 3 once you get to the finals, correct?
No, I thought about that. I thought about putting the pressure on you guys and doing a best 2 out of 3 on those. Top
What if one guy has a loss and the other guy doesn't have any losses, and they're in the first place, second place?
Oh yeah, that's the idea. Is if you win straight out, it'll be 9 wins. But if you lose one, then it's going to be 10, etc. But
What if
yeah, that's
like let's say
here.
I'm in the finals against the guy. I have no losses. He has 1 loss. He beats me. Does he win the tournament, or does he have to beat me
No.
again?
He has to beat you again. Yeah, just like regular double elimination.
Takes two to be out. So
Perfect. Okay.
So technically speaking, that would be 10 wins for you then instead of 9. Yeah. So, yeah.
How many matches do we have to win to make it to like the first, like the next bracket?
You're talking how many matches do you have to make it to get into the top 4 or something? Top 8? What?
Yeah, like top 16.
Oh, top 16. Okay. Well, top 16.
If I'm top 16 out of 64, it's a good day for me. You know what I mean?
if you look at it, March Madness in college basketball, all you need is 2 wins. You'll be in 16, won't you?
Yeah, essentially, yep. Top 16 would be 2 wins.
I'm just looking at this
Okay.
like the March Madness, 64
So-
teams, right? Cool. You're in one region. You win your first 2. You're in the Sweet 16. You win your next 2. Then
Yeah.
Hey,
what?
Troy, go down to the red side. My bad.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay, so to get to that, let me see. Where am I at? Hold on.
Right here.
Come on,
So you
come
gotta
on.
go. You gotta
1,
beat
2,
Nicholas,
3.
and then you're gonna have to beat Dean or Ryan, and then you'll end up right here, and you'll be in the top 16.
Nice.
If you lose one of those, depending on what spot you lose in, you're gonna have to win one more. So
If I make it to the 4th match, that means I'm gonna go against the A side of the bottom 64.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the winner of one of these guys right here, which just so happens to be Jake Collins. He just jumped in. He's gonna come through. He said he beat Andrew and everybody.
Jake, you're going down, Jake. You're gonna be tired, Jake.
Good old Jake.
Jake.
Jake has more pressure on him for this tournament than any one person, I think.
He should.
You're at the top of the B side.
You guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, calm down, Jody. Calm down. Relax, dude. I gotta win a lot of matches to get to you, so you're safe. You're safe.
Well, from what Jonathan Vasquez is saying, you gotta get through him first, don't you?
I think I do theoretically. No.
No, you would not.
Oh, okay.
If you win out, then you'll end up on the lower part of the 32, which is right here. You'd have to beat the other lower 32 guy, and then
Oh,
whoever comes from the A side comes over and pulls you. So there's a
okay.
chance you never pull him.
Nice, dude.
unless he wins
That'll be good.
Didn't Vasquez just have a super match yesterday?
It was
Nope.
supposed to be with Eric
No.
Wolf. I don't know what happened.
I think Eric never showed up, or he showed up super late or something.
Dude, wasn't Eric like making a training video, getting ready for Jonathan? Didn't he put that up there?
No.
Well, nobody told them that there was an hour difference. They're like an hour ahead.
Oh.
Isn't
one
he an
told him.
aerospace engineer? He's supposed to know these things.
Jesus.
Come
on now.
I think he heard that Vasquez was just gonna press him the whole time, so he just bailed out. You know.
Yeah, I know. I would have liked to see that. Edo, when have you faced Jonathan right or only left?
Only left. But I
Is his right
was not
better
impressed.
than his left?
I hope it is because his left is
I think
trash.
his left is better than his right, honestly, in my opinion. So I pulled him over the years.
Don't say that. Don't say it.
I don't know, bro. When I felt Jonathan, the last time I felt Jonathan, man, that motherfucker felt like a wall, bro.
I don't know. It should feel like a wall after being in the sport for what, 27 years?
Jake, how confident are you in taking down Andrew? Because there's this, like I told everyone last week, there's a side bet between you two that's going, and we had to move matches around just to give you two a chance to whoop on each other.
That's right. I'm feeling pretty confident, man. Like, all you can do is just do your homework and put in the training time and just show up as prepared as you can. You know what I mean? Like, that dude's been talking a lot of shit for some reason, and no one knows who he is. Like, he doesn't have anything to back up his trash talk. He's just been talking. So I was like, you know what, man? We're gonna need to see what this is all about. So might as well.
He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah,
that I respect, though, you know, because a lot of people in the chat have been silent, and Andrew is just always at the front. Like, you guys are mediocre. I'm going to the top 5. I fully suspect to do well in this tournament and all that. So I respect that.
I tell you what,
like, fine, let's do it.
If Andrew doesn't make the top 4, then he buys everybody a beer, and we'll see how good he is then.
Yeah.
Hey,
hey, man.
Jake. So you're in the red right here. You're in the top of the red bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. My goal is just to win the red bracket. If I win the red bracket, shit, dog. That's gonna be right.
That's honestly a good goal. That's a good goal.
Buy myself a medal.
My goal is to beat Greg Brown now.
My goal is to beat you. I don't know who you are, but I want to win. I want to fucking win.
I like
you win that, Greg. You're in the top 4.
Over here. I love in the chat. I love that.
What's that, Jody?
Greg, you're in the top 4.
I said I'm enjoying the side conversation in the chat between Fabian and Edo.
Oh man, some of these guys they look huge.
He's too
bro.
fat. He's too fat for me.
Oof.
Who's the lightest guy in this tournament?
Oh, let's talk about that. I just added him yesterday or the other day. The lightest guy in the class, Vince Gordon.
Who's
I
Vince?
think he's like 215 pounds right now.
Vince?
Yeah.
Was he juicing out of his mind or something? Holy
No,
crap!
he's just not cutting. Because he used to always do the carnivore diet anytime going into an event. But right now he's sitting over 200. But you got Nick
never
Manson
mind.
at 185 right now.
I'm 213 right now.
So
Yeah,
probably
your
the lightest
first
guy in the
that you're
class
going
is
188.
yeah. Greg's first match is 180 guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Greg-
he's pretty strong right now.
Greg, if you don't come in at like 235, man, you ain't got no shot. No chance.
Ooh.
Well,
Who's
we got
that?
some
Who
in the
just said
chat.
that?
We got Danny Gillian said he's at 210. We got Casey Allen in the chat. Nathan McCollum in the chat. I got Nathan and Paul Passport on my show later tonight, guys, if y'all want to check it out. It'll be
Wait,
on my
Danny Gillian's in this bracket too?
Dude, that's what I just thought. I was like, where'd
Yeah.
Danny come from?
He's on the
If-
top side.
If I win my
What?
first round and
All right,
Danny
so this
wins,
So if I make it to the top 4, I'm a top level pro because Danny Gillian competes with Eric. Eric's top 20.
Yeah, but this is 242 smalls,
Danny can't beat
not
Eric.
210.
I see Sir Ray Brown in the chat talking shit, man. Is he still hiding from Tony Tomlinson or what?
What up to Ray?
Yo, what up, Saray? I'm stuck in Denver, dog. I can't come to practice. Only lifting weights right now. No matches until Super 64.
I'd be kind of curious how many people are trying to still cut weight besides Kaufman.
I think Fabian and Kaufman are the only ones that are overweight.
I'm walking around like 245 right now.
Okay,
Who's
and
walking
Jake, I guess.
245?
Me, Jake.
Wow.
I'm just trying to gain weight.
Wow, a whole month to drop 3 pounds. Wow.
What? Yeah, last I heard, Fabian and
I don't know
Chris
what
were 260. So.
I don't know what the fuck Fabian and Chris are doing at 260 pounds right now, thinking they're gonna make weight.
They're gonna do a water cut and shoot back up to 260 the next day.
Oh man.
Yeah, but all that food's going to your gut.
That's,
They're also pulling each other first round. So I mean,
You got a top roller against the hooker. That'll be good.
Casey Allen's at 235. I'm sitting at 230. So
Does Fabian compete in supers or does he compete in 242?
he does both. They fine line that 242 class, and they just don't want to pull it or not. You know, just depends.
Saray, you're probably right, dude. Edo's got a good chance at, I don't know, what are you weighing, Edo? Like 220, 225?
I went from 208 to around 225 now.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
Speaking of people I don't know but I've heard about too. I've heard that Taylor Palmer is one strong ass dude, so I'm worried about Taylor too.
Who said that?
Yeah, he's gonna.
One of my buddies in Illinois said that. He was like, "Is Taylor Palmer in this 64-man thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And he's like, "That dude is." He's like, "You got to worry about that dude. He's strong as hell."
What's your buddy's name?
David Kuba.
Oh, okay.
Cuba.
Yeah, he should have been in this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Fabian wants to know who's stronger, Sari, him, or Chris. Let's hear it.
Who's stronger?
Yeah.
Well, didn't they all just practice?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think they all just practice. I think Fabian's and Chris haven't pulled each other. They're like avoiding each other in practices. But
I
Saray
think
has
Saray
a really.
holds that crown by far right now.
Saray has a really long arm, and he does the damn King's move, and it's quite difficult to get past.
He's getting good at shooting inside now too.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Saray's only been pulling for like what, 2 years now?
Yep.
Probably yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
March will be his second year.
Gotcha.
His dang King's move though, that thing's rough.
Yeah, I seen it.
So what is the rules for this King's move in this event then?
So just like normal tournaments where the elbow or the humerus bone goes negative or shoulder drops below the pad,
Right.
it's going to get called. You got to stand up. If you don't stand up, instant foul. If you're warned and you stand up, then you can continue to arm wrestle. But if you go back down into it, it's a foul.
what if you're in a
Like-
positive position?
So again, positive position is your hand is on the winning side, not neutral, and that is okay. That's always been okay since day one. But 99.9% of the King's moves out there do not end up in positive. So I just recommend don't doing King's move because I hate that shit. But
Or does it really benefit somebody to do the King's move in a 64-man tournament?
only Tim Lewis.
At some point, yeah.
But Tim Lewis, when I tried to get him to join this right-handed, and he said no way. He said, "Oh, you guys would destroy him. He's not a tournament guy anymore." So
He's a what? Super match specialist?
he's a super match specialist. Yep, he told me himself. He refuses to arm wrestle tournaments.
I respect it.
Yeah, at least he's honest.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think the problem is there's a bunch of guys on this list that most people aren't talking about that are probably concerning that no one knows about.
Dude, I'm surprised no one's mentioned Danny Gillian's name like at all, because I'm pretty sure that dude is pretty high up there in terms of level. Like
He's on my radar.
Oh.
He might be a little lighter, but like I almost never see him lose. Like
He's on
Yeah,
my
but-
radar. He'd be the next guy I face if I win and he wins. We'd meet up in the second round. But I think to what Corey's trying to say is there's a lot of people we don't talk about, and I'm gonna guess and say because they're not really active in the group chat. It's probably why. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, like Danny Gillian for one is really good at his weight. but when he steps up weight, he isn't as good. So that'd be one person.
He didn't have a
But,
problem beating me when I was 257. So.
well, there's a reason why he's in the other side. I'm just kidding.
Oof, got him.
But, yeah, well, my money's on him to win the whole thing. So there you
Really?
Why
Sorry,
is your money
Joe.
not on yourself, boss? Come on now.
Because he's not going to beat me. That's why.
go. No. Outside of the red bracket, I mean,
Come on,
I'm good.
Greg.
I'm good with the red bracket. Like, I'm gonna beat Jake, and I'll take my, invisible trophy when Jake
Baby
goes to the
steps,
pass.
baby steps.
So, like, another one is Andy. Andy's an older guy that is super duper strong that a lot of people don't know. And I think he's like late 60s, maybe. But
Andy-
guy's a tank.
Oh,
Andy
Andy
Stanford.
Andy Stanford. I've heard people talk on Facebook like he's going to show some of the young boys something.
Yeah, he is. He is a very strong old dude, and he's gonna show you guys something for sure.
Well,
Yeah, don't be getting on the old guys now. Easy.
good thing Greg's got to pull him first.
Yeah. Wait, I gotta pull that old man first. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Okay,
Where's he at?
Corey. Out of after Andrew, say I beat Andrew, who do I have to worry about next on this side in this first little bracket?
Me.
Well,
uh,
Justin's from Colorado. I actually know him pretty well. He's got a fairly good hand and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Not a high end polar by any means, like low level pro, high end amateur,
Mhm.
but he's got a good hand. Supposedly Charles is, he just sits around eating protein
That's-
all day, and he's
I don't
super
believe that
strong.
at all because I seen Charles and that dude looks huge.
Mark, also from Colorado, know him very well. Super long arm. He has a really, really long arm. Very good top roller. He would definitely be a problem. Edgar Barrios, Texas guy. He does a long, drawn out hook. I've seen him lose to Frank, but then have wars with other people, so it's kind of random with him. And Grosslack is the CrossFit machine of arm wrestling, so he definitely is probably something to be concerned with too.
Jesus. That's the problem is Andrew and I are so concerned with one another that that's going to be the easiest match of that whole side.
Speak of the devil, there's John right there. John's ready to
What's up, guys?
talk shit now.
I'm surprised you're not in the gym right now.
Well, I'm at my kid's wrestling tournament. We're in between sessions, so I ran out to the car. I saw this was live. I thought I'd try to hop on.
Hey, John, who wins more, you or Andrew?
We've never pulled in a tournament. He's only been in the sport a few years, and then he was wrestling the amateur classes, and I've always wrestled the pro classes, and then I was a super heavyweight for the majority of my career until I got that sickness and ended up having to come down. So we've never pulled in a tournament, just practice.
So he's full of shit. Gotcha.
Well, Andrew's terribly strong, man. He comes from powerlifting. I think he was totaling like over 1,500 pounds in a powerlifting setting, at like a sub 100 kilo body weight, which, that's not international level, but that's, going to a nationals and, competing for a podium spot, depending on how deep the field is. So on just raw power, he has a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Isaac Russell's on here for the first time, I think. I don't think he's maybe been on here one time, but Isaac and Jody, if Isaac makes it through Gillian, and then Jody wins, there's your man, Isaac, right there. Jody is on here.
Yes, sir.
What's
Can
up,
you guys
buddy? How
hear
you
me all
doing?
right? Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, you got a little background noise, but you're good.
Oh, sounds good. It's 'cause
both
I'm
of
in a
you guys are
restaurant.
like hand control top rollers, aren't you? Both of you?
What's
Oh
that?
yeah.
Isaac
Yeah,
and Jody are both
pretty
hand
much.
dominant top rollers.
Yes.
Now,
Isaac, how do
You
you
gotta-
feel about having Danny Gillian as your first opponent?
That's an interesting question. I told him once before in Colorado. It was that same year that I had the super match with Frank that first time. You know, I've watched some of his videos, and I haven't seen his hand get busted back very often. So I guess we're just gonna have to see how that goes.
You're a different puller from that time, though. I think.
Yeah, I've definitely leveled up a lot. But yeah, I think I have what it takes. But you know, there's one way to find out. I'm excited for it.
I think you're the one guy that everyone's slightly nervous about. They just don't want to say it.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Isaac beats Danny, I'm just gonna be like, we're in trouble. Like Isaac's gonna be one of the favorites, I think.
Yeah, Isaac has a crazy endurance, but he's got probably 3 of the 4 hardest matches to start with, I think.
Is his first match a hooking match against a hooker? Or is another top roller? I don't know who Danny Gillian is.
He's out of Texas.
At least from what I've seen, it seems like he has kind of a high side pressure hit, almost like a high hook, but he almost does a lot of it flat wristed, just goes almost straight sideways.
Like an AJ Henson
shoulder
type?
committed, like a shoulder committed high sideways something. I don't even know exactly what to call it, but it's almost like it attacks your pronator, like your first hit. Like it's interesting how it is for sure.
Yeah. That if Isaac has a war with that first one, Jody's gonna be smiling from ear to ear. I think.
Hey Corey, so how are people gonna be able to watch this? Is this gonna be live on Facebook? Are you gonna have like a cinematographer there?
Yeah, so we have Robert Kelly coming out. He's gonna live stream the whole show, and it's gonna be on just like we're doing right here, Facebook and probably the Instagram as well. We'll tag you guys into it, and you too, Greg. But we're gonna do the upcoming matches. We're gonna do some talk about who's Aries rating what, stuff like that, statistic stuff, you know. And then we have
So just to be clear, it won't be live on YouTube for anyone who asks.
Right. I don't think it'll be live on any YouTubes. It'll just be on Facebook and Instagram at the moment. And then maybe in the future we'll do pay-per-views and stuff like that, but couldn't line it up fast enough for this one.
Well, with the early weigh-ins the night before, because I fly into Denver that Friday at 5:50, so I'll be driving up. What's going on with is there any kind of shindig going on the night before during weigh-ins or what?
Not like super crazy anything. The venue's gonna be open, and obviously we can go see that, do all that stuff. But main thing I gotta do is take care of you guys, get your shirts, get your bio stuff, get all the weigh-ins done. Once that's all knocked out, then I'll be stress free. But so, yeah, the venue, you can go check out that. They actually have 3 venues and a sister venue next door, or right down the street. But nothing too crazy on Friday night. Everything's meant to be on Saturday, so.
But we do have to weigh in on Friday, right, or no?
Yes, everyone needs to come weigh in on Friday so we can get shirts and everything, get all that taken care of.
Make sure nobody's 244, 243.
And yep, and everyone knows the rule. If you're overweight, you don't pull. So you got.
That's a damn shit. You know what? That's fucking stupid if you come in overweight, because you've been knowing for how many months now about this event.
Yeah.
So if you come overweight, you need to get punched in the chin. There's no
unprofessional.
Right.
There's only 2 people. There's only 2 people we need to be concerned with.
But I'm not trying to throw shit on them, but it's like, if you knew about this event since what, November? Is that when we start talking about this event?
Yeah.
So November, and here it is. What's today? February 4th? I mean, if you're still trying to cut weight, I'm like, either A, you were way out to begin with, or B, just, drop the weight, get your body, acclimated to the 242 or whatever you got to be, and go from there. If you're struggling the day before, to make weight, then you probably shouldn't be in this class to begin with. That's just my opinion.
Is it Kaufman and Fabian, the two you're worried about, Corey?
Yeah, Kaufman. I gotta give Kaufman some credit because I literally added him not even 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago. So he has a little leeway, but Fabian's had some more time to prepare, I guess. But yes, those are basically the only two I think off the top of my head that are slightly heavier than everyone else.
Isn't Troy and Rance both big guys? They both Rance looks huge on that Monster Factory thing.
Yeah,
I think
overall.
Rance walks. Yeah, Rance just walks around 240s, 250. So I don't think he's much over. I don't know about Troy though. I don't know how heavy Troy is.
Hey, John, you're on the red side with me and Jake, right?
Yeah, I'm on the bottom right corner, I guess, if I'm looking straight at it.
What are you doing down there, John?
What do you mean? What am I doing down there?
What are you doing down there with the scrubs, dude? I thought you're big time.
Well, I'm not a guy to make excuses, but all the matches that I've had outside of the super heavyweight class have been since I went into heart failure and almost died. So, I mean, 18 months ago, I was laying in a hospital bed with my legs swelled up on a bunch of IVs with a heart function at 20 or 48% of normal. Thinking.
So are you gonna be ready?
Well, now I've had some doctor's appointments since then. My heart function is now, for the first time in 18 months. I just had an appointment 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Is now back in the normal range. So all the I've been posting all these training videos. I'm back to doing numbers and things like when I first got in to arm wrestling and was having, I've had a couple super matches with Devin Bear. I know he's quite a bit smaller than me, but he's, when I was healthy, I didn't win them, but I was, in his league at that time or in the question mark of if it would be a match. And I posted those videos from years ago where, I was catching and pulling back.
John.
Danny Petrich. Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Man, that's a long ass story, bro. I just want to know, are you ready or are you not?
Well, I mean, I was training 8 times a week for December and January, and I'm tapered down to about 4 to 5 workouts a week now, so I can be healthy.
So you're feeling good, is what you're saying.
I would never not show up in shape. If I wasn't in shape, I would already told Corey I'm out. I can't get ready. It wouldn't be worth
John,
8 hours.
yes or no question, John. Are you feeling good?
This isn't a courtroom, man. Just say yes or no.
I told you yes.
My man.
Man.
I'll see you. Hey, I'm in your bracket, John. I'm gonna see you soon, mijo.
Where are you at on there?
He's not going to see you, John.
I'm down at the bottom versus Jake. No. Well, I guess
wait.
if Jake beats you, then we don't get the party.
That's right.
Well, I'm pulling Edgar first.
Dude.
Edgar and then Charles has been gunning for me.
Who's Chris May?
No.
Andy Stanford is the old guy?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not familiar with Mace.
I don't know. I just find it funny that all of the trash talk from this entire thing is almost primarily coming from this bottom bracket. It's just been me and Andrew and John's been in there. Greg's now back in there. Where's the trash talk from the rest of the brackets?
They're all keeping quiet.
We're busy training.
I haven't heard a peep from Rance Clayton or anybody, and maybe he's not that type of guy, but come on, man.
I can't back it up. It's just for show. I'm like a little chihuahua. You can tell Tim.
We're supposed to have some big timers in here that can back it up, and I haven't heard a word out of any of them.
Well, I think we're trying to have fun while the high level pros, they fight it out.
Yeah, they're well, I'm actually in this thing, so I'm gonna be serious,
Well, I think
Jody's right had been a little better. He could have slapped some more losses on Chuck Young. He could have been in this bracket, and then we would have had a lot of shit talking. But
oh god, that guy!
Alone,
man.
He called me first day when this was announced if he can get in. First day.
Here's the thing, and John, you see Chuck more than I do, but this guy's been oh, we should have a match. I'm like, why? I'm all busted up, I got fucking arthritis in the right, but I'm still going at it. But yet, you know, what have you done since? You know, does he compete outside of Montana?
I don't think he's competed much outside of Montana in the last few years. But you know, I love Chuck. The first time I ever pinned Chuck left-handed, he jabbed me in the chest and was like, "Fuck you." You know, we're going again. And he fucking was yelling and screaming over a simple pin, like punching me in the chest, telling me to F off. I was like, holy hell.
Yeah, this is why I want nothing to do with him. It's like, dude, you're off the hook, man.
Oh, Chuck's a good guy. He's just intense, you know.
Oh, yeah. He's an old rival of mine. He claims that he never lost to me, which is funny because I got plenty of footage that says otherwise. But I'm on the bigger, better things like this thing coming up here on March 2nd.
Hey, so Edo, I have a question for you about your first match against Easton. Are you gonna beat him in a hook, or are you gonna try to top roll him?
I did a little bit of practice yesterday against a guy who was around that height. I'm talking to Tim Lewis right now about Easton, and I've talked to a couple other people. I've looked at his matches. The biggest thing he has against everyone else is height. Maybe lever. I don't think he's strong enough. I haven't seen him pull in not in a hook, but in a strap too much. And he's really young, so I'm gonna bank on all that.
Yeah, if I see Edo just rip through Easton, I'm gonna be like,
The biggest thing,
that dude's for real. That's all I'm gonna say.
the biggest thing I see Easton having on you, Edo, is that he is really fast. That kid is just a couple light years slower than I am, but he.
But what's your lane? You know, what's your lane for that? Because Nathan Johnson got you to foul out pushing forward in Colorado, and this kid's like 5 inches taller, if not more.
Well, my problem with Nathan Johnson is that I tried too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I was overcomplicating it when I could have just went into a hook and maybe won that way. You know what I mean? I lost the match. Like he didn't beat me.
Yeah, well, so you're coming forward. So you're coming forward then against Easton.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do against Easton. I'll tell you when I grip up with him.
Well, I tell you, if I was his dad, that guy talking to him, I'd be telling him to push forward and down just like you do against Chuck, like I would against Chuck Young, because your elbow's going to come off the back of the pad if you're trying to post. He's too tall. That was my only point to you in private. And you know, when
he's not that tall.
Ooh,
Hey,
Danny
John.
Gillian's in the house. Danny. He's in the chat. Sorry.
Oh, Danny, jump on here.
What up, Mr. Gillian? Where you at?
Hey, Danny, your opponent in the first round is in this group
Danny,
right
jump
now.
on.
So, pay attention.
Danny, jump on the link there, boss.
Yes.
Danny.
I'd love to hear the Isaac and Danny go at it.
Here's another question. How many guys in this bracket are from the East Coast?
Yeah. That's a good one, Jody. That's a good one.
Man, well, I was kind of keeping track of the.
None, dude.
No, no. Ben is from the East Coast. I know that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ben is Massachusetts.
He's like New Hampshire or something like that, isn't he?
Massachusetts, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Alex is somewhere over there. I don't know about Jordan. This guy, I think, Chandler, I think is south, like Missouri, or not Missouri, Mississippi or something like that.
Oh, he's from Illinois or Wisconsin.
I'd be kind of curious,
Oh,
you
is
know,
Yeah.
like who's taking it? Somebody from the mountain range, west, south, southwest, east?
South.
I'd be kinda curious.
South, for sure.
Based on what?
I'm telling you right now, bro. Cristobal is gonna surprise some people.
Cristobal.
That guy is strong, man.
That's cool because he's gonna win though.
He's stronger than you, Greg? Does Cristobal beat you, Greg?
Hell
He does.
yeah! I can't
Yeah,
even
he
move
destroys
that guy.
Greg.
What the fuck? That guy almost beat Leroy Walker, bro.
I'm not impressed with that at all, but okay.
You're not okay. But no, I mean, like I said, I think he's got a good shot at winning it. So that's my bet.
Hell yeah.
He has as good a chance as all of us, I think.
Hell yeah, dude. Greg's got no chance though.
That is true. I have a chance to beat your ass though. What up, Jake?
Okay, so I got 2 matches. I got to beat Andrew for that money and all this shit talk, and then I got to beat Greg because that's a monumental achievement.
So,
Right.
How are you,
since you're
Jake?
on there. So, Jake, if you don't win, that means you're buying everybody a beer, right?
No, like Greg said, all I have to do is win that red side bracket, the lower bracket, and that's it, dude. I'm good. I'm happy. I can leave happy, dude.
All I can
tall are
say
you,
is
Jake?
if you don't beat Andrew, we're never gonna hear the end of it. So that's all your
That's
only goal,
true.
really.
That's true. I hope Andrew comes in strong, man. I don't know how strong that dude is, but he's sounding kind of delusional, which I think we can all agree with, but I don't know.
Jake, you got to film a cool little video so I can be. We're like the red side contenders. Over here.
Yeah, dude, the dark horses.
Right now, guys, this is going to be 3 stages, okay? Right now, we are currently in stage 1, where we see each other on screen, on the computer, on videos and stuff. Stage 2 happens when we all meet up at the venue, and then we're all giving each other the eye test, kind of going, oh, okay, he looks pretty thick, and yeah, he looks strong, he looks kind of skinny. And then
Nobody does that except for
on
you.
the table.
Nobody
What's
does
that?
that.
Hey,
What do you
Jake,
say?
are you a pretty big frame guy? I'm just curious for your using that as a match. Are you like well over 6 feet tall, or
I'm around 6'4".
you're 6'4", so you're a big long lever guy?
Yeah.
Do you pull a lot? Do you practice quite a bit?
I've currently moved. So I let the weights go for a little bit. I've currently been on the table I've been trying to get on the table like 3 times a week. Because the closer we get to this tournament, the more I think my table conditioning just needs to like be up through the roof. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
So that's what I've been focusing on for this last month. These last like 3 or 4 weeks, like I've just been purely on the table. I wouldn't say 100%, but it's almost all on the table.
All right.
So
That's probably a good idea.
I mean, you're probably like if you're 6'4", you're like 6 inches taller than Andrew. I mean, he's only because I'm like 6 feet and Andrew's like 5'9", 5'10", I think.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
there he is, the
The man.
the man.
Danny,
There,
what's up,
there you
buddy?
go, Isaac.
I've been working out hard.
He's answering all the questions already.
Danny, you're too good to be in this bracket.
Honestly,
I had the right kind of points, so.
Hey guys, I got to step out. My kids are starting to wrestle again. I got to go coach them.
All right,
see you guys
man.
in March.
Later, boss.
Later, John.
See, man.
So, Danny, you and your first opponent, Isaac, are in the chat right now together. So, now's a good time for you guys to let us know what's going on, what y'all been doing for you guys' workouts, and how do you think the match will fare out? You guys take the floor.
Y'all kind of know I had some problems there with my, not really my health, but I had a kidney stone operation that went bad. So I was in and out of the hospital with a blood infection. So the doctor screwed me over and made a hole in my uterus tube. So I had a blood infection that kind of knocked me out for 4 or 5 months and kind of lost a lot of the gains I had made. So it's taken me the last couple months to try to get them back.
Right.
But Isaac, he said we pulled in Colorado. I don't quite remember pulling it.
No, what happened is it was that same. I don't know if you remember whenever I had that super match with Frank Callahan. It was a little over a year ago. It was that same time. I remember. Let's see. I had several matches before you. I pulled also the 242 amateurs, and then the 220 pros, and that's where I met you. And I remember when it went, my riser buckled down, and I tried to get the slip on you, but I knew it was going to be a legal slip, so I was halfway in between trying to just slip anyways, or trying to grab onto you. I tried grabbing onto you, and you got the pin.
Yeah, I had a decent day that day. Jay Latow, whatever his name is, he beat me, so he's a good puller.
Yeah, CJ's the only guy you lost to that week.
Yeah,
CJ's good.
I saw your match, Isaac, with Frank Callahan. It looked like you beat him, but you struggled with him a little bit.
Yeah, you might have seen that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. On the
How
first round. On the
How
first
long ago
round,
was that super match?
it was July 29th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we ran that one back, and Isaac took it to him this time.
Well, I mean, Frank's might have got a lot better, but anytime I've ever pulled Frank, I've always just beat him real quick.
Oh, Frank's in this chat too. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, like I said, it might have been something going on that day where I got luck of a draw. I mean, who knows? But I'm just saying, every time I pulled Frank 3 or 4 times,
It's been
I've always
2 years, so I was just like a year in. That's all.
So I'm sure Frank's better now.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, all I can say is if I know for a fact that Danny has beaten guys in competition that I have no chance at beating. So I need Danny to get really tired going through that other bracket. And if Frank beats Taylor, then I'll be impressed. But I don't think Frank's going to beat Taylor.
Oh my god.
Hey, there's a guy we should worry about that's out of Austin. I think his name's Tracy or something like that.
Trey Johnson or
Trey Johnson.
Yeah, he's the dark horse in all this, and no one knows who he is. But Trace will upset a lot of people, 100%. I know everyone's saying that about everybody, but his hand is like a super heavyweight hand, and he's super fast, and no one's gonna know who he is, so they're just gonna see him and then think okay, and they're gonna get smoked.
Where is he in the bracket?
He's seated pretty high. He's in the top 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll slide over to him. Hold on. Oops. So he is pulling Casey Allen, who is also in the chat right now.
Ooh,
Casey.
That should be a banger.
It's not.
It's not going to be a banger. Wait, Saray says you don't beat Taylor, Frank. Is that true?
Look, that might be true. I have no idea.
I like the confidence.
I have no idea. I know nothing about him. I know he's bigger than me, stronger than me, looks more handsome, makes more money. He's probably just all around better human being than I am. But it's okay.
I'll make a flop wrist press him.
Yeah. I'll just pull something out.
There you go.
I'll poison him the night before. I'll get in his head. I'll wine and dine him, make him fall in love with me, make him think we have something special, and then I'll just smoke him at the table.
That's
oh
nice.
my god.
I'll send a really cheap person to his door late at night to keep him awake all night.
Yeah.
So he's sleep deprived when we pull in the morning.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get ready to jump off. I got some stuff I gotta do, but I'm gonna have Nathan McCollum and Paul Passport on my show tonight. So feel free to chime in too, okay?
All right. Love you, Jody.
Right.
4 o'clock West Coast time. We'll see you guys later. Hey, be good. We'll talk soon, guys.
Thanks, Jody.
See you, man.
I'm getting a message from Rob Kardashian right now, and got some interesting news I might release here.
Hell yeah. I like that confidence, Casey. I'm looking at the chat. Casey said he's going to run right through Tracy.
Hey, Jake, what's your pulling style?
I like the top roll, man. I really do. I really do. I think my hook is pretty good though, because of course, like being an inexperienced puller, you get turned into a hook a lot when you try to top roll. So I end up hooking a lot too. So I think my hook is pretty good, but that's about all I can say. But do I want it? Do I want it? Sorry, go ahead, Isaac.
I got to get going. I need to finish my breakfast. I've been trying to hold off. You guys can probably hear me chewing.
He's trying to get to 42s. So.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Hey, good to see you, Danny. I'm excited for it. See you guys.
Hey, I was going to ask some of you guys. I saw is Ryan Bath still in it?
Yeah.
Ryan Bath is still in it. Yes.
He's a pretty good puller, ain't he? I mean, I pulled him a long time ago and barely beat him, but we had a long war.
He's also rated higher than you, so that is.
He's supposed to be pretty
reason.
good, I think.
He's in the top 8 people, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. He's right here, and he's gonna pull Nathan, which is gonna be a burner the very first match.
Oof. Yeah, I like what Fab said about everybody's polling style is to just win. You know, like that's basically it, right? Is on the go, you're just trying to take everything you can from your opponent and go sideways. So that's kind of my style. Would I prefer to take your hand in top roll? Yeah, absolutely. But that's all I can say.
Hey Jake,
What?
I look forward to meeting you in that red bracket. I'm gonna head out, but it was pretty cool to talk to some other guys in the bracket. Danny Gillian, always a
Hey,
pleasure, man.
Good luck to you, man.
I'll see you soon, man. Corey,
Yeah,
appreciate you, man. I gotta go to the gym and send John some DM videos right now.
You ain't taking that risk, Greg. You ain't taking that risk. See that?
Probably not. I have a weak wrist, but if you hook me, that'll be the end of your days.
All right. We'll just start in a hook, dude. How's that sound?
Oh, don't do that. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
All right.
Right
be good,
on.
man.
Later, guys. Appreciate you, Corey. Take care.
Thanks, boss.
Hey, Corey, I had a quick question. Hey, when you did this points deal, I think you went from 1,500 something on down. About how many 242s did that cut off? About 100 guys?
Oh God, no, thousands.
Thousands?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, there's probably 2,000-ish people in the 42 class alone, and then
No,
only.
that's not what I'm saying.
only-
You only went from a certain points down. So everybody, let's say I was ranked in the 242s, I might have been ranked 120, and I'm in this
Yeah.
deal that tells me 119 people above me couldn't get in.
Oh
It
yeah,
would-
yeah.
It
So,
would be thousands. I wouldn't rank 1,000 something. So I'm just curious,
what
how
we
many
did is
top
we
holders-
opened up the window to the 220s, the 200, all those. So after you add all those in, there's quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
But if you're just strictly talking 242s,
I
yeah,
was
it'd be
talking
a couple
242s.
hundred plus guys.
The lighter weights would have to have pulled heavier and gained some points to be able to win this.
Right,
Like,
yeah, so-
I've always pulled up in class a bunch of times.
There was also lighter weights that couldn't get in because, like, let's say you're just like a high level pro 220, like a nationally ranked or something, then that would also probably disqualify you. But we combined all the to get your rating that seeded you, we combined all your weight class results for the right arm, and then gave you a modifier based off of if you were naturally a lighter guy or not. So like you're normally pulling 198, so we're not doing your raw score against another 242 raw score. We give you some leeway because we know, hey, this guy's naturally 40 pounds lighter, or at your competition weight, that is.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I kind of bring this, I just wonder how many real good 242 guys, like top level 242 guys, can be in this. It's a little over 100, right?
Oh yeah, probably 125 or so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. So yeah, I was curious to.
Yeah, there's no murderers in here. It's all normal, average level guys.
Hey, come
And
on,
then
man.
Fabian and Chris are probably the only two that are slightly out of the 42s that pull it ever so often.
Yeah.
No,
Still
no
think-
one is gonna just murder anybody. That's for sure.
It makes for a damn good tournament.
It should, yeah. It's hard to come up and increase your airs rating when the guy making the brackets at tournament puts you up against Brent Rockers and then Tim Talmadge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That fucking guy, he needs to be fired.
I could have probably won one match there if it wasn't those two.
I beat Tim Talmadge before, but I've never had beat Brent Rockers.
They're both pretty tricky in the setup. I'll say that. And
yeah.
they're both insanely strong.
Yeah, Tim's better now than last time I pulled him.
So it sounds like Robbie Kardashian and Vitacell is going to sponsor the tournament, guys.
Oh, Body by Robbie?
Actually, that and Body by Robbie and Vitacell.
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting all the information from him now, but I will post this here shortly. He wants to help promote the event.
That's great
Give
news.
free Vitacell and stuff. So I will be posting this shortly.
And they're gone, and it comes
That's pretty awesome. I know it's done wonders for my elbow, so I can't imagine if you guys have any problems. You definitely want to win this money and this chance to get a treatment done. Sounds like he's going to do winner will get up for the $5,000 treatment, Vitacell, either in Vegas or Palm Beach. Yeah, obviously you have to pay for your own travel and stuff. And then he's Body by Robbie's giving $1,000 that I can split or give it to certain winners or whatever. But as soon as I get the rest of the information here, I will be posting it all for you guys.
Very nice.
Well, I don't know if anybody cares now. I got a big schedule coming up. I'm pulling this the 64 deal. Then 2 weeks later, I'm pulling Vegas. I think 2 weeks after that,
Yeah.
I'm pulling. I got to go pull in Dayton, Ohio, where I'm trying to qualify for IFA Worlds.
Yep.
For Masters. And then,
But there's only one you care about more about winning than anything. It's the largest bracket in history.
Yeah, I got one. I'm gonna pull Masters only, but I got one in 2 weeks here in Dallas that are Central Region qualifying tournament. So I got 5 tournaments coming. I'm going to supposedly be in the next Masters.
You're doing that? You're doing the Central?
Me and Sarah both run it.
Oh, but you're not pulling in it.
I'm gonna pull Masters just to see.
Oh, okay, yeah. You'll be fine in Masters. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of people hitting me up. Hey, Frank, you coming to this event? And I was like, no. I'm not gonna go pull 2 weeks out before the 64. Sorry, guys. Can't do it.
Yeah, they got some little event going on in California like the Saturday before, and I was like, hell no, I ain't going to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you tell your friends about it, because I'm still talking to some people who are like, what's Aries? And I just want to hunt them. But
Dude, there's so many people in California that don't even know what it is, or they don't even want to get on board, and I'm just like, why? Like, why? What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Every day, I hear the same thing Frank just said. It's like most people know. They all want to talk about it, think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then I have the opposite direction of why would I want to send those results to Aries? They don't deserve to be in there, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. It's just crazy to me.
I mean, there's so many people that are just concerned with like their state ranking for some reason. And I'm like, I don't give a damn about the state rankings, dude. Like, I want to see it on a bigger scale than that, you know?
Well, speaking of that, so you're not the only person to bring this up. I actually was just talking to Frank about this the other day. What would you think if we were able to have the Aries page be sortable by your state? So only your state would appear.
I think that would be a good idea, just because I know there are so many people that like that's their chief concern, especially guys that are still relatively new, like 3 to 5, less than 10 years in. Like that's all they seem to be focused on, or maybe that's just a goal you have to be number 1 in your weight class in your state or something like that. So it would be nice to see that, you know. I don't know.
I think I convinced Frank the other day that we need to do this. So.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are, 5 years or less, or whatever their total concern is, because they're not looking towards guys that are nationally ranked, because they know they have no chance.
Yeah.
So they're just looking at that next guy that's above them in the bracket or in the top 10. You know what I mean? In their state, like that's all they're concerned with.
We still need to get everyone to somehow like crowdsource all their states. Like we need to know where is Jake Collins from? Where is Taylor Palmer from? And so we have to have a way for people to like self-administrate that information, like add it on their own or something. Bob Brown has a Google Doc out right now, and you just start updating people if you wanted. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm just going to import that and just be like, it has every name in the system, and or at the time when we did it, and then just start typing in everybody's state. like next to the name in the Excel.
Right.
Yeah, I really like to have the Ayers thing, have the state deal. But as far as state rankings, my thoughts on it, like the TAL and our Texas rankings, I've been number one before, and they don't go by your tournament results. There's some people ahead of me right now in the rankings that I beat the last 2-3 times. But since I don't, our rules, you got to call them out, you got to do a super match, and then you can get that spot. So if I'm sitting at number one, I'm going to be constantly being called out. If you don't answer a call out within 3 months or so, you lose your ranking. So if you're constantly answering call outs, you're constantly pulling for the ranking. And to me, that's just not fun. I'd rather go around the nation pulling tournaments. Let the air thing, get my points.
They did do the thing where in Texas, if you're in the top 3, if you challenge somebody in the top 3, you have to. If you lose, you pay. You have to pay them $300 or something. So
yeah, what I'm saying though is, if I'm number one, I'm going to be constantly in Texas. I'm going to be constantly protecting my number one ranking, and that's not
right.
Possibly.
You want to get ready to go to a tournament, and you're having to either pull this super match or get ready for that instead. And I just rather go pull good tournaments like this one. Let my points go with it. Where I'm not going to sit there try to be number one in Texas and constantly try to protect the rankings, because you're getting called out all the dang time.
Casey, just so you know, I see you in the chat here. That might be Megan's new job. I haven't trained her yet, but when you guys get back, I was going to give her a holler. Help me get all the states.
That'd be cool.
I think it'd be a good idea. I've had a ton of people ask the same thing, Jake. Just to be able to simple format or filter out the states and be able to say who's the best in California, and then boom, it shows it real quick.
And I've just in California specifically, I've heard a lot of talk about them trying to become more like nationalized or a part of the nation, and trying to send more competitors out to out-of-state tournaments and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's a really good way to see where we stack up with the rest of the nation? There's this thing called Ayers. You heard of it? You know what I mean? So
yeah, it will do that for you.
Yeah, exactly. So they've been really there's been a lot of talk, in certain podcasts and stuff. Maybe they can invite you on there or something to talk more about it in detail, because it sounds like they don't really know what it is. They still have no idea what it actually is. So, but there's definitely an interest to gain more notoriety nationwide, and also see where we stack up with the rest of the nation and whatnot. And as far as just a pure state rankings, that's always in question with California specifically. It never seems they never seem to know exactly what they're doing or how to handle it.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you guys are familiar with the guy who does Hawaii, but Jason
Agina,
I don't know. Agina, yeah. Agina. He actually talked to me the other day about sending his stuff in, because the guys want to know where they rank and where they stack up against United States guys, the main state guys, as I say.
Right.
And it's the same thing, right? They might only pull each other for so long, but they still can compare themselves to where other people are. And Jason gets guys to come down there all the time. Like Danny, I think, was at one of their events before. So
yeah, I went to Hawaii. It was fun.
Yeah. And they'll never know unless they're in the system to know where they belong.
Right. I mean, it wasn't even so long ago that even at the top 10 in the world, the only reason Levon or someone was ranked number one is because experts say he is, and that's it. We have no other way to base that off of other than who he's beat and what experts say, And at least in this case, it's it's not what experts say, it's purely a numbers thing. They don't lie,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no getting around the fact that it is what it is.
Right.
You're either there or you're not.
Yep.
So
yeah, why you wouldn't want to? The only reason you wouldn't want to be in this is because you have your doubts about where you stack up with everyone else.
Well, and that's why we've split it in the 32 sections, and you're not pulling a Danny right off the bat. You're pulling someone that's more like you, and then you got to win all the way out to get to someone like a Danny. So it gives you, Jake, a person that's on the lower side, an opportunity to pull guys like yourself all the way to the top 4, and then have the opportunity to pull someone like Danny.
I'll see you in the top 4, Danny.
I'm still trying to get back where I was at. I'm just hoping. I'm just having. I don't know tuning out.
Well, yeah. Same for me. Like that's honestly like my like. I think that's everyone's goal in the back of their mind is like, Lord, I hope I don't go 0-2.
Yeah, no.
I could literally with this, the way you got it stacked up, it could literally happen to anyone. Like no one is safe from that. Not Fab, not Chris, nobody. You know.
Well, that's the other thing a lot of people are not paying attention to either is if Fabian or Chris loses first round, they're going to end up pulling Oscar or Rance, the loser of one of those ones.
Right.
So even on the B side, you don't have an easy route. You are pulling someone that is that is just the same as you again. So and it will take you to at least the third round in either side, B or A side, to get out of pulling someone that is not like yourself.
Well, that should be fun.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but that's what it's all about, man. This is why we're all in this sport, is like for the challenge. You know what I mean? You win, you lose, whatever. You have to keep challenging yourself. And if it was just a guaranteed win, where's the challenge in that? That's not fun at all. You know?
Nah, I can't see anyone winning this thing straight out. I've played it in my head so many times. I just cannot. Someone is going to lose somewhere along the line that they weren't supposed to.
Absolutely.
It's going to mix the top 4 up completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it's going to be exciting. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm just mad I can't.
I would be happy to make the top 10.
Well, yeah, no, I think you have all the tools to make top 10. I just think that your first 3 rounds are the worst case scenario for you. You got one of the strongest lightweight guys in there, and then you got potentially a shoulder roller or a really fast top roller. And then
Jody pulled. I saw Jody. I was down in Greg Sharp's Worlds, San Diego, World Championship or whatever, and he pulled I trained with Top Row Low, and I saw Jody and Top Row pull. And the way I saw, I mean, I know Jody got the win, but I still think Top Row's had the edge on him. Just the way it turned out, the way the setup was. And
you've never pulled Jody?
I've never pulled Jody, but now I kind of got a good, since I trained with Top Row, he kind of told me all about him and how he sets up and all that. So
what's your record with guys who shoulder roll?
I mean, flop. I don't like pulling against the flop press. I have to really get the jump, get them outside their shoulder. Shoulder roll. I mean, it just depends if the referee starts them out straight, doesn't let them get their shoulder already turned. Maybe I'm fast enough.
If he beats Jody and you beat Isaac, Scott Dodd is a really good shoulder roller.
Roller.
He's strong. Flop press too. He can do both.
All right. Well, I got to jump off here, Corey. But it was good jumping on and talking.
All right,
Are you gonna try to have one of these like every week or a couple times a week?
Yeah, I just want to try to get new guys on each time and see what they're doing. Other than the shit talking we do in the chat all day long.
I'll try to get on here and at the same time Andrew does, so we can get that back and forth going some more.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, for me, shit talking him like that is just motivation for me. Like, because that's one of my things, especially when it comes to tournament polling, is like you have to learn to be a dick. You know what I mean? In the setup, you have to learn to be a very aggressive. And some guys, like me personally, like I have to have a reason to be upset with you. If I don't know you from Adam, like I can't just walk up to the table and just be mad at you like you're my mortal enemy. So that's kind of what I'm doing with Andrew, is just taking him as like, you're that guy that I'm just pissed off at for no reason. I don't like you. So hopefully that helps and gives me a little bit of a competitive edge or something.
All right, well, you and Andrew have the most nonsense going on out of anyone in this whole thing.
We're trying to spice it up, man. I respect Andrew for that. At least he's trying to spice things up.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys. I will talk to you guys next time.
All right, good talking.
Thank you, guys. Enjoyed it.
Bye.
See you later, Danny.
Later.
See ya, Corey.
See you guys.
Look at my drawing. What should